All right. So, hi Preeti, thank you. So let's welcome everyone. Before starting the session, I would be inviting someone. Obviously, you can see on the screen already that one of my students, Anushka, she got 8.5. But I would invite her after a while. Before that, I want to give you a brief introduction for about myself. So, yes, I have 2000 plus hours of teaching experience, and I have taught more than 8,000 students, and more than 300 students have cleared their IELTS with 7 plus bands. So, I'm just hoping the same for all of you too. All right. So, who all are planning to go abroad in September 2022? Please let me know. Like you all are joining for the first time, right? I can see so many students, they are joining for the first time. Okay, September or May. So let me tell you that this is a high time now that you all should take your exam. All right, don't delay it further. Take it as soon as you can in January end. By January end or Feb first week, you should take it. Before starting with it, what is the full form of IELTS? Let's discuss some brief overview about it. What is it? Full form of IELTS, and why do we have to appear for it? No one knows. You have to type. Okay. Yes. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. And you all have to appear for it. Why? Because you all want to study in an English speaking country. Great, great. Those who are new, did you know about full form? In India, only IDP conducts IELTS now. Fine? Okay. How many modules do we have in IELTS? New students? How many modules do we have? Those who did not even attend any session before. 4. Great. IDP is an organization which conducts IELTS. IELTS is the name of the test. All right. Yes. We have 4 modules: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. All right. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking, they all contribute 25% each to the total band score. Now, tell me, what is the highest band which you can get in any module? What is the highest band which you can get? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 100? Which is the highest band? If you don't know, type your answer. Okay, the highest band which we can get in any module is 9, right? 9 is the highest one. There is nothing after it. All right. So now imagine you are getting 9 bands or very, very close to 9 bands. How would you feel? How would you feel? Yes, 9 is the highest, not 10. Awesome. Aesthetic. Okay. Ecstatic. It's ecstatic. Yes. I have a query. Surprisingly brilliant. All right. Great. Good, good. So see, now let me tell you one thing, that I have today a very, very special guest with me. She is one of our toppers. Imagine she got how many bands? Like she has got 8.5 bands. It just take a heart of a lion to get perfect 9 in reading and listening. Perfect 9, the highest that anyone can get. She is like the best of all. She appeared for it in just 2 weeks. She just prepared for the exam in just 2 weeks, and she has scored such a wonderful score. All right. So that's why we never had an interview with 8.5 scorer. Today we have Anushka Rego with us. Hi Anushka, we are proud of you and welcome to this session. Thank you so much for taking out time for us and for all the people who are here. And a very, very warm welcome. Let's congratulate her first.
Thank you so much, Megha, for the warm welcome. And I'm so happy to be here. And I think you deserve as much credit for the 8.5 band and the 9 bands in reading and listening as I do, if not more.
Oh, wow. See, everyone is so happy for you. You know,
Thank you so much.
she was so ill, like she is not feeling well, but still she is here because of all of you. She said, no, I will share my tips with everyone, and I would let them score a perfect 8.5, like she has scored, or a 9. All right.
Absolutely. It's the least I could do.
Yes. So before we start with anything, yes, let me show you a proof. All right. So yes, we are proud of you, Anushka, and a big congratulations from whole team Leap and from the
Thank you
audience
so
too.
much.
See, they are so happy. Are you able to see their messages?
Yes, absolutely. I'm seeing their messages and it's
They
just
are saying, please,
it's
Anushka,
as
take
rewarding as getting 8.5 in 9 bands.
All right. So before we start with anything, I want to show you her scorecard because I want you to believe it, right? One more thing, a very interesting thing. We have 2 weeks courses and we have 4 weeks courses, right? So she scored 8.5 in just 2 weeks. Did you know anything about IELTS before 2 weeks, before joining? Like anything about
I
modules
did.
or
I did a little bit. I was actually an English as a second language teacher earlier, so myself. So I did know a little bit about IELTS earlier, not too much, but yeah, the course definitely helped me so much, and I learned so much from it. And I'm
great.
glad you're showing the scorecard, by the way, because for me also to believe that I got 9 bands in
No,
listening and
I'll
speaking is
show
a
the scorecard. But before
yeah.
that, I want to ask one thing from audience. Are you able to see both of us together? Like I have pinned our videos on the screen. So are you all able to see both of us? No or yes? Some people are saying no, some people are saying yes. Okay. No or yes? What is it? Neeraj, what is it? Are we both visible at one time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. We are visible. Right.
Okay.
Great. Next. This is her scorecard. Now she would also believe. All right. I have just erased candidate's ID, which has to be kept, which is a secret, right? And her date of birth. All right. Because I wanted you all to guess it. Like, how old is she? She's very, like, I am not giving you any hint. She's so young, yet she managed to score a perfect 9 in listening, a
Someone is
perfect 9
close.
in reading.
Someone guessed a pretty close to my
Ah,
age. Yeah.
7.5 in writing, 7.5 in speaking, and a perfect overall band 8.5. CEFR level C2. How can you even believe it? Oh my God, that's amazing. They are guessing your age right, Anushka.
They
You
are
look
there.
pretty young. Somebody
Someone went a
whispered
little low, 16.
16. No, Anushka is not 16, not so young,
Yeah.
but very close. All right. So we'll reveal her age towards the end. All right.
Okay.
Because she's pretty young, she has no problem in revealing her age right now.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Okay. So I have listed some common questions which everyone wants to ask. All right. And we have our topper today. So she would be answering all of it. Towards the end, we would know some special tips for all the 4 modules so that you can also bring 8.5 or a perfect band 9 for us. And then Anushka and me will invite you to such session. All right, to the same session. Great. So first thing first, how are you feeling, Anushka? Like, how do you feel after getting 8.5? I want to know.
I feel exuberant, ecstatic, like someone said earlier here. All the synonyms you could possibly think of. And honestly, I just feel like hard work has really paid off. Like everyone's hard work, your hard work, LeapScholar's hard work, my hard work to some extent. But
Great,
yeah,
great.
it's a
No,
really
you
rewarding
work very
feeling.
hard. All right. I just wanted to start with when did you decide that you want to take IELTS? First question.
Right. So I decided sometime this year only, actually. And it was actually a very spur of the moment decision because I had a bit of a break in between jobs. So I thought, okay, let me make use of that time and do my IELTS in preparation for next year when I likely go abroad. And yeah, and so I started taking the course. I Googled LeapScholar. I came across some of your YouTube videos. One of them which was Talk with Topper, and and then I ended up coming up with the
Great,
session.
great.
Yeah.
I want to ask, did you appear for CBT or PBT? Let's
CBT.
ask these questions. PBT.
CBT.
Oh, she
computer-based
appeared
test.
for CBT. Yes. So we have many,
Yes.
many queries related to CBT. Shall I proceed on those? Do you have any questions for her? We would be taking up questions from audience too. First question, were you all CBT is computer delivered test and PBT is paper based test? Fine. Anushka, are you able to hear? Hello. I think you are facing some network problem, but still it's fine. You can turn off your video and then start speaking. All right. Yes. So let's hear her experience. So PBT, those who do not know about it, is paper-based test. She is back.
Hi,
Fine.
sorry about that. Yeah.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
PBT is paper-based, all right, and CBT is computer delivered. So she appeared for CBT. See, now she would be able to answer all your queries related to CBT. Okay. So in CBT, were you able to highlight on the screen in reading and listening?
Yes, I was able to do that.
How did you do
that? I think you just right click and then you get the option there to highlight, and then I did that, and
Okay.
yeah, it was pretty simple actually. I was a little worried about doing CBT honestly, especially because of the listening section. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to keep pace with the audio and select the answers at the same time. But it was actually quite simple, surprisingly. So
Okay. All right. So let's start with the speaking test. Was your speaking test on the same day or on a different day?
it was on a different day. It was on the day before my listening, reading, and writing test.
Please make a note of it. And when did you get to know about that test?
I got to know about it around 1 week back.
1 week back.
before
All
the
right.
exam.
Okay. So see, nowadays, sometimes students, they do not get information about their speaking test on the spot when they book their exam. So you can get it a week back or like 4 or 5 days before your exam. All right. Next, in speaking, what were your questions? Let's give them the hints. And what did you answer? All right. Yes, through email.
Yeah. So speaking,
Yes.
my questions are actually quite simple. And the invigilator put me at ease, like right at the start. You know, they ask you very simple questions at the start, like, okay, where are you from? And what is your hometown? Do you like your hometown? What do you like about your hometown?
We prepared this in class itself, right?
Yes.
We always discuss it.
That's like the first thing you learn in your class.
In LeapScholar.
Yeah.
Next.
And
Okay.
actually, yeah. And another one of the things that she mentioned, I think, is in one of the speaking prompts in the student manual. I think it was about, so she asked me a little bit about wildlife. And she asked me about places that you can see wildlife. Where would you like to go to see wildlife? And if you basically go through the prompts there, you're more or less prepared for that already. You know? And yeah, it was very simple.
But you scored a really good band in speaking. So in part 3, how many questions did she ask?
I couldn't say exactly how many questions, but I think around 4 to 5, I'd say, approximately. And
All right, 4 to 5. Okay, any one word or few words which you used in your speaking test, which you think that because of them you are here at 8.5. Let's give them some good vocabulary too. If you are able to recall any idiom, any word.
Right. So I'll tell you a little bit about the question that they asked me, and then you'll get a little more context behind the word that I gave. So the question that I was asked was, what did you learn? What have you learned through social media? Talk about one thing that you learned through social media.
Wow.
That's a lovely question to have.
Yes. What did you learn from social media? What do you learn or what did you learn?
No, talk about one thing that you've learned from social media.
Okay.
Yeah. So so I talked about I talked about a particular political campaign that I learned on social media, and I talked about that in detail. And then she asked me some follow-up questions, and the follow-up questions were questions like, what do you think the advantages are of social media, and what do you think some of the disadvantages are? So I think I tried to use some keywords that could come up there, And for example, in the disadvantages question, I came up with keywords like misinformation. Social media does have a lot of misinformation, and that
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah.
All right. So actually, nowadays, a lot of my students also, like beside you, are informing that part two is about wildlife. They are asking a lot of questions on wildlife too. All right. So this was a big hint that you could be asked questions on social media and wildlife. Please make a note of it. We provide all the question list in the class. So you just have to go through the manual itself. So this was about speaking. All right. Any other thing that you would like to share? Did she interrupt you in between?
Yes, she did actually. So
She
what
did,
happened?
na?
Yeah, she did. So I realized that she wanted a lot of explanations for my answers. So for instance, I would say to the question that she asked, do you like your hometown? I would say that, okay, yes, I love my hometown. I feel like my hometown has raised me as much as my parents have. I would say a question, I would say something like that. And then she would ask me why. So she kept asking me why.
Right. They ask a lot of whys. Yes.
They ask a
Yes.
lot of whys. Yeah.
All right.
But
Okay. And what was the total duration of your speaking test? Was it 11 to 15 minutes or more than 15 minutes?
no, it was around 11 minutes, I think, around 10 to 11 minutes. That's it. It was
11
very
minutes.
quick.
All right. So sometimes for some students, it lasts for about 18 to 20 minutes also. But Anushka's speaking test was of normal length, 12 or 11 minutes. All right. So you can make a note of speaking now. Let's proceed to listening. Can you tell us some question types which came in your listening test?
So
You scored a perfect 9 in listening. So you
I
got
did.
to share your top strategies now.
I got a lot of multiple choice questions.
Okay.
And those were actually questions that I was very apprehensive about because, like I told you earlier, I was worried about the pacing, that I might lose track of the audio while going through the multiple choice questions.
Actually, this is the doubt of many students, that
Yes.
how to keep a track in MCQs. The moment we realize, okay, we are on question number 3, 1 and 2's answer is already gone.
Yes.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
how did you do that now?
So I actually used a strategy, I think you only mentioned, where so basically at the end of a particular audio, you get a little time to check your answers, right? So if you're quick in checking your answers, if you can check your answers very quickly, like say you have 30 seconds, but you take only around 5 to 10 seconds to check your answers, you can use that remaining time to go through the next set of questions. So not only do you have time when they say now you have time to check your to check the next set of questions, you also have the time that you spent earlier. So you get like a big block of time to go through that
Actually, in listening MCQs, let me give that tip which Anushka also used. You have to read the options. In reading, we say that do not go and read options because they are very, very similar to each other. But in listening, you have to read options so that you can guess what you will be listening about. And you can cut out incorrect ones. All right. Okay, you got MCQs. Did you get note completion?
I didn't get note completion. No. I just
what else?
got
Sentence.
Sentence completion. I did get sentence completion. I actually almost didn't get 9 band because of sentence completion. So so what happened was I was in the midst of typing an answer for a particular question, and I mistyped the answer. I misspelled it, and I realized I misspelled it, and I went to correct myself. And at that time, I lost track of the audio that was being said. Luckily,
did you get a rough sheet to make notes?
I did get a rough sheet to make notes. I did. I didn't make much use of it, but luckily, some part of my subconscious registered what was being said, and I was able to write the answer to the next question. But I think that's an important tip, that don't look back. At least while the audio is going,
don't look back. All right, great. What are your writing questions? What were your writing questions? Let's share them too now.
Yeah.
Writing questions. In task 1, which report did you get?
I just got a basic bar graph. It was
bar graph. Wow, simple.
Yeah.
And in task 2, what was the type of essay did you get? Which type did you get?
So I got an essay. The question was, let me see. The question was something like, to what weightage would you give to communication skills as opposed to qualifications when hiring a candidate? So
Wow,
yeah,
that's a unique question. What weightage would you give to?
to communication skills.
Okay. Let
as
me write it. Communication skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to qualifications. Someone's
What
as
are you?
opposed to qualifications.
Oh, as opposed to qualifications.
Yeah, when hiring a particular candidate.
Wow, I have never ever seen this question anywhere. That's a unique one.
Yeah, it might have been phrased a little differently, but the gist of it is something like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
But
everyone, you all can make a note of it. This is a pretty nice and new question. And Anushka scored really, really well in writing. Getting 7.5 in writing is really huge when you have this question. See, it was not an easy one. Anyone cannot attempt it. Okay, how did you manage to write such a wonderful essay? Did you did you come across this type of question ever before your exam? All right. Okay, so you all can take the screenshot. I'm smiling as you all can see. This is the question that I have never read anything about such
hi,
question.
Megha, I'm back. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was asking, how did you manage to write such a wonderful essay on this topic? Like, did you ever read about it ever before your exam?
No, I didn't. I did not come across this topic before my exam for sure.
Yeah. Yes. Pretty
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. But I did feel very strongly about the topic, mainly because I'm also someone I could relate to the topic in some way or the other, because I don't have a lot of qualifications, yet I've given a lot of job interviews. So I related to that. I related it to
Wow.
my past experience, and and somehow wrote an essay on the
Great,
topic.
great. And do you remember the word count
Uh,
of your
the,
essay?
yes. So I think my essay was around 300.
300. Wonderful. All right, students, let me tell you, we have a minimum word limit of 250 in essay. But if you want to get a good band, please write an essay of, like, it should have words around 300, 350. Do not go beyond it. All right. Because more words would mean more mistakes. So max to max, it should be 320, 330. Try to avoid writing more. Fine. All right. So we have discussed listening, writing, and speaking. Let's go to reading now. Reading. How was your reading? Did you get matching heading? One of the top questions that I'm getting.
I did
Oh,
get
God.
matching heading.
Reading questions. All right. How many matching heading questions were there?
There were around, I'd say, 6 matching heading questions. I think it was
Okay.
yeah.
What else did you get? Question types?
I got a lot of I think I got a lot of passage questions.
Summary. I think you got
summary. Yeah. I got a lot of summary questions.
MCQ?
And MCQ questions, a lot of those.
And
too.
how can a paper be complete if we do not have true false not given? Was it there?
Yes, it was there. And again, I almost didn't get 9 band because of that. And mainly because what happened was I got a yes or no question instead of a true or false question, and that always tends to be a problem because you're so used to true or false that yes or no kind of gets lost in the mix. And I almost wrote true or false instead of yes or no. So that's something that you should definitely do. Read the instructions before.
Of how join started. All right, Vanita. She okay, we would take some doubts from the audience itself, but now okay, reading was easier to attempt on CBT or not?
It was actually, and I'll tell you why. That because so initially I was a little afraid that I won't be able. The desktop is a little away from you when you come to when you start your exam. So you'll have to actually squint to look at the screen. But what you can do is you can actually enlarge the font size. So at the start of your test, you have the option to enlarge your font size if you want it. You can have a medium font, you can have a larger font. So do that. So it's actually easier when you're reading the passage and you're.
So she's telling something new. Even I didn't know about it, as like she is telling, because she had an actual experience, right? So she's saying you can change the font size and see which one is suitable for you. Also, were your questions, all the answers were in like order, or they were jumbled?
Yes, they were in order.
They were in order.
Yeah. Actually, the first passage of my reading test was so easy. It was literally so easy that I spent the most time on that passage just because I was second guessing my answers because it was so easy. So don't overthink also. Whenever you're, if something is as simple as it is, it probably is that way.
Great.
That's also, yeah.
So now I just want to ask, how did you come to know about LeapScholar, and when did you decide to join it?
Yeah, so like I told you earlier, it was probably because I googled, I happened to Google IELTS coaching centers, and I came across LeapScholar. I came across some of your videos, similar videos
All
to
right.
this.
So she
Yeah.
decided to join my batch after watching my videos. Is that the case?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you can tell them your experience at Leap and how Leap helped you in getting your desired score. Yes, the main strategy.
Totally. So I think the main thing that Leap helped me was in keeping me disciplined. So what can happen is it can be quite strenuous to balance preparation for IELTS, especially if you are doing other things like studying and working. So fitting in your IELTS press can be a little difficult. But Leap really provides you a great structure to your course. So when you take up like the crash course, for instance, you have a structured course where on certain days you focus on listening, certain days you focus on speaking, certain days on writing. So otherwise you'd be all over the place, so it really helped keep me
Great,
disciplined.
great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So yes, as Anushka, she managed to score 8.5. So she would want each one of you to get the desired band, and a perfect 9 as she got in listening and reading. So would you tell them about the courses, like they should join it or not, and go for it?
Go for it. Go for it. Go for
All
Megha
right.
ma'am's courses also. Megha, you've helped me so much. I don't know, I must have pestered you so much. I think
No,
your
no,
telegram must have been pinging off the hook because of me. But
no. Actually, Anushka used to send her doubts over Telegram, so that's why she's saying it. But that's all right. If you wish to ask any of your doubts to me, you can ask. Just ping me anytime if you want to. Let me tell you about two of my batches, which are starting from Monday. I have a 2 weeks course and I have a 1 week course. This is exclusively for reading. If you think that you need to brush up your reading skills, then you can join it. Otherwise, I have a 2 week full course where I would be covering all 4 modules, and weekly mock test would be conducted. One-on-one speaking feedback and writing feedback would be there. This is so helpful. I'm going to share top strategies which were shared by Anushka only for all the 4 modules. And one of those strategies is she appeared for all the mocks. Did she? Yeah,
yes,
I think.
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So one more thing that I wanted to tell you, with these courses, we have 20 hours of live classes, weekly mocks, 3 speaking and writing evaluations. Plus, we offer 14 Cambridge books, and you do not have to spend thousands of rupees on buying those. Free grammar classes, free doubt solving sessions, and recordings of all the classes would stay with you. Like, she has the recordings right now also. If anyone wants help, like if she decided, okay, I can watch the recordings later on if she had to revise also something. All right. Today's special price is just rupees 95, because you have to use code MBLife20 and you will get all of it. But this is not it. We have a fast track course too, which is free with today, with any purchase that you will do today, with IELTS Plus. All right. IELTS Plus is the live course. Plus, we are offering you fast track course for free. What is fast track? Fast track is 40 hours of live classes which are recorded by all the senior trainers which are here. See, we have Manisha Angri ma'am's full course, plus Atul Gulati sir's masterclass series, grammar series by your favorite Diksha ma'am, and spoken English series by your most favorite Mohammed sir. If you wish to learn letter writing also, I have a series which and after watching this, you can learn how to write a letter. This is for general training module. All right. And imagine, in just 95, IELTS Plus and IELTS Fast Track course is free. This is a self-paced course. So what are you waiting? Just go for it. And I think Anushka took a lot of help from student manuals, so she would be able to tell you about them. What are they?
So student manual is basically all possible tips and hacks you can get about each of the different sections of IELTS. And trust me, I went through the student manual just before my exam. So I went through all of them. It was like a second crash course that I was taking, going through the student
Actually,
manual.
I would just say that they are like Bible for IELTS. They are prepared by our master trainer, Mrs. Rajgeeta ma'am. And, they have 1100 plus questions, practice questions. So I don't want any one of you to be missing this chance when you are getting so much for free. If you think that some other time is suitable, like my batch is in the morning, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m., Monday to Friday. And this is a night batch, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you think that some other batch is suitable, feel free to join. Use code MBLife20 to get 20% off. All the trainers are super amazing, and all these things are available with every course. All right. And you can also stand a chance to win 1000 Amazon voucher. Okay. And we also offer free counseling. Did you take free counseling with us, Anushka?
Yes, I did. I did take
You
free
did.
counseling.
Was it helpful? Did they help you in
Absolutely.
shortlisting universities?
Absolutely. I got help in shortlisting universities. I
Where
have a
are
list
you?
in front of me.
Where are you planning to go now?
Either Canada or UK. So I
Okay,
received
you
help
are
from
planning
both.
to go to Canada or UK. That's amazing. And the course which you would be opting for?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to do a master's in something like political communication or strategic communication.
That's amazing. So I want all of you to be going abroad with a stellar band like she has 8.5. So let me know who all would be meeting me in the class on Monday, like at 9:30 or 9 p.m. It could be any time. Just let me know. I'm excited to see you all because I want to conduct another session like this with all of you too. All right. Type down done if you are done, and let's move to some quick tips by Anushka, which made her score 8.5 with perfect 9 in listening and reading. Are you done? Anyone who has done can send done, and let's go back to the lesson. Great, great. That's amazing. Okay, I can see raised hands. Wow. All right. Great. Okay, so let's see some tips, tested tips by our topper Anushka. Yes, for speaking, she says, go ahead. You can tell them.
Sure. So yeah, you should practice conversing in English only. That really helps. There's nothing like practice. Practice with conduct speaking sessions. You have speaking clubs. LeapScholar offers speaking clubs where you can go and chat with other students. Where there's a moderator too.
We have speaking room sessions actually. Yes. Anyone can host their room as well. Also, did you practice at least 1 or 2 cue cards on daily basis? You did.
I did. You can even practice with yourself. You can record yourself and then listen to the recording again, and you'll be able to identify where you're going wrong. You'll be able to correct that soon enough. Or you can even practice with someone else, whatever suits you.
Great, great. All right. For reading, we have these tips. You can keep on taking screenshots, and these tips are from her. Okay. I might be sharing the PPT and showing it to you, but she did all of these daily.
Yes. So LeapScholar's mock test actually has different levels of some particular test might be a little hard, some particular test might be a bit easy. So it gives you practice of different levels of difficulty. And if you have a daily reading habit, of course, that is amazing. I think one of the reasons that I found it very easy to manage my time during the reading test was because I read a lot and I'm a voracious reader. So if you have a daily reading habit, definitely you'll be able to manage your time very well. You'll be able to score 9 easily.
Great. She's telling you that you also have to get 9 like her. All right. Also about tips and tricks. Yeah, actually in classes we teach special tips. Like there is one particular tip which is related to each type of question in reading. Do you all know how many question types do we have in reading? How many question types do we have? We have 40 questions in total, 11 no. Anushka, how many types do we have? 14.
14.
Yeah, yes, that's right. 14. Okay. And we teach all of the question types in details in class. Yes. All right, great. Okay, student manual is like a Bible. which has questions, like separate questions for each type. So you do not have to look for question types in Cambridge books also, which are free. Next, okay. Then we have writing. Yes, go ahead. Writing is one of the toughest modules that we have.
Yes. But if you IELTS basically requires you to write within a specific template, right? So you can't just write as you want to. I'm a writer by profession, and that if I had written according to what I would have wanted, it would have been my downfall. So I followed the template given by Leap, and that really helped me. And you also have mock test evaluations where you can where you can actually do the writing test. They give you questions, you attempt those questions. You have actual scorers who go through your answers and give you a score, give you feedback too. And of course, yes, read a lot of sample answers. The Cambridge book has sample answers. Leap has sample answers that you can go through. That gives you an idea of what you should aim to write as.
Great. Actually, we offer 3 writing evaluations with each of our courses. So you can submit your full length mock and get evaluations and suggestions so that you can improve. All right. Last but not the least, listening. Okay. Listening to podcast really helped Anushka. You know why? Because you would be acquainted with a lot of accents. Your speaker would not speak only in one accent. It could be a British accent. It could be an American accent. Anushka, how was your listening test? Did you have many speakers from different accents, speaking different accents?
Yes, absolutely. I had British accents, I had Australian accents, I had a number of different accents. So podcasts really help.
Okay. All right. And following the tips, see, listening module has some specific tips for, like, in MCQ, you have to read options. And in reading, we say don't read options. So it's not about only listening and reading. Every question type requires a special trick, which you all should be learning. And that would, make you score really well. In listening, did you try to predict your answers already?
Yes, definitely. I went through the questions and answers, try to predict the answers totally, and it helped me a lot. I think I probably scored 9, maybe because of that.
Great. Do you have any specific questions to ask from Anushka? Like, we have come to the end of our session. So any particular questions you can type down. We'll take up few common if we haven't answered them. What makes to get high score? All right. Okay. How did you brainstorm ideas for writing task 2?
Right. So I think what you really need to do is draw from your own experience, and that's what I did. I tried to relate. I tried to relate the question to my own experience and come up with examples from my own life. And if not, you can always make up stuff. Put your fiction writing skills to use. But yeah, those are things you can
Great.
do.
Somebody just asked how to improve speed in reading.
Read. You definitely need to read a lot, and go and read different books that you can come across. I think go and read articles by different sources, and try and read stuff that you're actually interested in at the start, because then eventually you will start to like reading in itself. And definitely, so do a lot of reading.
All right. Listening in CBT, would you prefer to use notes?
That I think eventually depends on the person who's giving the test. So if you're someone who generally likes to write instead of type, then yeah, you would maybe need to take notes. But if you're someone who's fine with listening and typing at the same time, using a laptop or computer at the same time, then you can do. You don't need to use paper.
Great. I think most of the questions we already answered. Last but not the least, how did you manage to speak so well that you scored so well overall? Like, questions were about social media also, very unusual questions, right? So how did you manage to answer impromptu very quickly? Did you learn some sentence starters also?
Yes, definitely. I learned a lot of sentence starters. I learned a lot of cohesive devices too. Connecting devices,
Yes.
So
Actually, that's one of the parameters, right? That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, she used to practice in speaking room sessions. We have extra sessions with Arvind and other speaking moderators. We have Niharika, we have Navya, we have Radhika. They all are our students only, and they have scored a really good band like Anushka did. So I would just like to thank Anushka for joining this session today and sharing her super cool tips so that you all can also score 8.5. So the first step that you all have to take is join LeapScholar so that you can also ace your IELTS with a stellar band. This is the chance that you can, just make full use of it. This offer, I have a full course starting from Monday. Timing is 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. I think she is also from this batch only, the same timing, the morning batch. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
I
right.
don't. Is it was you were an evening batch or a morning batch?
I was in the evening batch actually, in
All
the
right.
7 p.m. batch. Yeah.
But it was of 2 weeks only, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks only.
Yes. So with 2 weeks batch, we offer 20 hours of live classes, weekly mocks, which she gave and got 8.5, 3 speaking evaluations with an evaluator, plus 3 writing evaluations. You don't have to spend anything extra on buying Cambridge books or attending other grammar classes because they are also free. With this, we are offering fast track where you can see recordings and you have lifetime access to all of these. All right. So why are you waiting? Just let me know who all would be meeting me in class on Monday because I am super excited to see you all. All right. Okay, that's great. If you have enrolled, then it's good. If you haven't, I wish to know that you will enroll and would be meeting me soon. All right. So it was amazing interacting with all of you. If you have any doubts, as soon as you will enroll in this session for the course, you will get my contact details and I would love to answer all your queries. Anushka, we can take help of Anushka also. She would be here to help us. Yes, if you like this session and if you wish to check how speaking rooms work, please download our app IELTS Prep by LeapScholar. All right. Thank you. So do like, share, and subscribe if you like this session. And many congratulations, Anushka. We
Thank you
seriously
so
are
much.
proud of you. You are our star. You have made all of us proud.
Thank you so much, Megha. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. And thank you for having me here. Someone
That's
in the chat is asking age, please.
age, please. Oh, yeah. Okay. Please tell them your age. She's very
Okay.
young.
Yeah, definitely.